Namaste, Dr. Rashmita here. As we are talking about non-attachment, let's see how yoga sees it. So, whenever you see something which is attachment, that is illusion. The Maya, which is creating illusion to get into the contact with worldly things, and the joy, the pleasure, which is satisfying our senses, we known as that's a pleasure thing or pleasurable thing to us, and we are going to celebrate. So, the attachment creating illusion to the mind, which is the conscious mind, the knowledge, and it creates very much illusion to go towards worldly things rather than the spirituality. So, whenever we practice yoga, there is a hurdle definitely do come to check your accountability towards yogic practices towards the world. So, yoga always means to keep your knowledge in a state of higher level. In the meantime, you are going to a state of releasing everything. So, the knowledge you are going to gain, that also you have to detach somewhere. So, only you can get into the state of samadhi. So, yoga creates a space or a path where you can walk easily to get the moksha, the nibbana. But sometimes, even though in yoga teachers or yoga practitioners, we do call ourselves, so we are very much into like fashion regarding yogic practices and yogic path. So we consider ourselves, we are practicing yoga and we are yogis, mentioning many of the names, suffixes, prefixes about yogi. And at the end of the day, we are the same person. Isn't it like all the time we are clinging to things, place, and the name and fame, the like luxuries, the brand, and at the end, we do sell something which should not be. So sometimes it is like professionally, yoga is a good thing where you are doing for your livelihood. That's completely fine, but you cannot pursue it for a luxury. So when you talk about yoga, yogi culture, detachment, so first detach yourself from the word yoga or yogi itself, that you are going to tie and you're going to attire it by your name, isn't it? So we should be realizing and experiencing that one. So when we do start practicing of yoga, we starts with yama niyama. So yama niyama, it's only for ourselves as a human being. We should be practicing for ourselves to be qualified to be the next process, isn't it? So it's not about steps of yoga. That doesn't mean steps of yoga is like it should be your bookish knowledge or you have to read it, you have to study about them. No, you have to practice it, isn't it? So practicing, that means you have to make yourself qualifying. The way we qualified our first grade, the way we qualified our second grade, the same way you have to qualify ourselves from the lower category till to the higher state of evolution, which is known as yogic practices. If you're not doing that, still we are attaching with our thoughts, do attachment with our luxury, and do attachment with the things which is going to happen to us, then still we need to think, rethink, recheck our process where we are. So attachment is a very easy to understand, easy to forget, and easy to manipulate. We, like in our mind, we do manipulate attachment in different way for different things, and we justify it that we are detached. We do practice detachment, but it is completely like convinced by your mind itself. So it's not bad, it's a good detachment, or it's a good attachment, and you're practicing it. So detaching and detachment always comes through the practice of silence. When you silently practice, or the mauna you do practice minimum like 15 to 20 days with yourself, and like the withdrawal of sensation automatically comes up. And when you do not speak, when you do not see the things which is connecting your lenses for the enjoyment, for the pleasure, automatically a disconnection starts from there. So the way we do meditation, and always we do practice of detachments of your thoughts. So how it could be? So in 15 minutes of practice of the like meditation, if you avoid those thoughts for 10 to 15 counts, like if the thoughts are arising in your mind for 15 times and you are just not entertaining them, you are not attaching them yourself, so automatically they go down, because the energy is not passing through them, and that is not manifesting at all. So when the energy is not there, the fuel is not there, the thought will not be arising at all. So you can try to meditate in the practicing of detachment while you are doing the practice of meditation. So from there itself, do practice detachment. Do not attach for yourself as well, like I'll be creating some name and the fame, and the world will know me about how I do practice yoga, or how I am a big yogi. So do not do about that. Forget about everything. When you do give up everything and you start from zero, that is the path of yogic. And detachment starts from there. So do detach yourself from this worldly thing to the spiritual practices, and go ahead with your own path. Whenever you see the ancient yogis who have come up with all those books or sutras or yoga teachings, they made it on written because they wanted everyone to practice and get the knowledge of their own. They did not mean to write it to make themselves a famous teacher or guru or a publisher, whatever. They did not do for themselves. For us, in regular life, we do for ourselves. If I'm writing a book, it should be my name which is reflecting, and people are knowing about me, and they are studying. For the ancient time, it was like people will study the materials which is authentically someone is writing, and the writer will not take the credit that he wrote it for themselves, isn't it? So the difference is attachment and detachment. So nowadays we do the attachment, they were doing it as a form of detachment. We should be learning like that only. These all are the yogic practices. You can start thinking upon it and start acting upon it and start practicing upon it. The end goal of each and every practice should be the eternal joy and the internal joy. It should not be coming from the outside world. It should be from inside, within yourself. What is within yourself, you should be finding out it, and you should be empowering that inner joy and showing it to the world, like yes, without having anything, without having any attachment, we are happy. And that is how the true sense should be. So do practice yoga, and your ancient form of yoga, do not manipulate its meaning to this current world, and create your own version and spread it to the others. The way it has been being popularized because of the path of liberation we should be finding, you should find your path of liberation. Thank you so much. Do practice and do inform us about the changes in your life and what are the guidance you want from us. We are definitely there to help you. Thank you.